Here from createyourfuture.co. So guys, I have an exciting video. I'm going to share my secrets to how I manifest things very quickly and how I manifest everything in my life. So I will give you some great examples and success story about me and Andrew. And just before I dive into it, guys, we have a free course, How to Find Your Blocks to Manifest Anything Fast. It's going to help you identify what thoughts are helping you and getting you in line with what you want and which thoughts aren't. So it's a great little free course. Link is in the description, as well as a lot of our coaches are having sales right now, as well as I'm having a sale on my Create the Relationship You Love course, as well as my intentions to get rid of a third party. And I've also got manifestation journals that'll help you if you like to write. So we've got the online PDF version, or we also have the hard copy version. I used to have a copy of it here. It's probably in my desk, but yeah. Okay. So let's dive into this. Okay. So what I think, is one of the biggest things about, the secret of manifesting that I found is just identifying and knowing how you manifest yourself. Okay. So this is so important. So, I hear people out in the community say, well, you know what, if you don't say you have a block, then you don't have a block, and a resistance is different. Okay. So I'm just going to put this very simply. Okay. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you call it law of attraction, law of assumption, law of anything, at the end of the day, your thoughts create what's in your reality. Okay. That's it. That's the law. Your thoughts create. You cannot change that law. That is the law. That's the law that stands, is your thoughts create what's in your reality. Okay. So now, what is blocks? What is resistance? Well, basically, they're anything that's contrary, any thought that's contrary to what you want, right? So let's say you're manifesting, a relationship or getting back with your ex, and, you think to yourself, oh, he doesn't want to be with me. That thought is a block. That thought is a resistance, okay? So how you manifest anything really quickly is you get clear on what you want, okay? If you're going hot and cold back and forth, he loves me not, then you're not on the fast track of manifesting what you want, because you're going to be constantly revising your thoughts all day. And as long as you catch like 80% of your thoughts and put them in line with what you want, then you are going to manifest what you want, and it is going to happen really quickly, and not letting anything else come to you. So here's your challenge for the week. Okay. So the first thing that I want you guys to do, okay, is to get clear on what your goal is. Okay. So let's say my goal is to get, for instance, my goal was, here's a little success story. My goal was to move in with Andrew. And I asked him one night, and he said that he didn't want to move in with me. He was happy the way our relationship was. And basically I almost dumped him. And he was like, oh, do you want me to leave? Do you not want to be together? And I was like, well, no, I do. So basically I had the relationship talk. It didn't go good. And, and he didn't want to move in with me. And so here we were. So what I did for the next 5 days, and this is my challenge to you, is to basically, every time you think of your specific person, okay, to recite your mantra that you're going to create right now. So what I did was, I realized that I had manifested Andrew with baggage, because he said to me, he's like, well, I don't want to move in with you because I've been previously married. It didn't work out. I don't want to do that again. And I was like, oh, bing, I created you with baggage. So I said, okay, my clear goal was for Andrew to move in with me. Okay. My next thing is I knew I'd created him with baggage because he said it. Okay. And then the next thing was, well, I'm good enough. So I created my mantra. I intend that Andrew's ready to move in with me because he's over his baggage and I'm good enough. Okay. And seriously, for 5 days, that's all I said every time. And I spent time with him too. And in fact, you know what, to make matters worse in my 3D reality, because the other question I always get from you guys is, what do you do when your 3D is showing you something different? Okay. Well, you stop resisting it. Okay. And you keep persisting in what you want. And how does that look? Okay. Here's my example is, for that 5 days between when I had the relationship talk with Andrew to the day he said he wanted to move in with me, what was happening was he was taking me condo shopping because I intended that. But I was intending and wanting condo shopping for us to be looking to buy a place together to move in together, hence my conversation like a few days previously with him. And it turned out where that was blocked because he had baggage. So it ended up him basically taking me along with him shopping for himself. Okay, so I was faced with this every single day. And he would be like, well, do you think that's a good place for me? And you know what? In me, I wanted to scream out, no, there's not enough closet room for me, buddy. We're going to be living together, you know? So every moment, you know, of that 5 days condo shopping with him was like a stab in the face. So you know what I did? I was like, you know what? okay, I can't resist this current reality, because if I resist this and start arguing with him and fighting with him about that relationship talk that we had, he's only going to not want to spend time with me. So basically what I did was I said, Amanda, you know that this was your previous thoughts that created Andrew to be this way. Yep, I realize that. Okay, you know you're a powerful creator, Amanda, right? Yep, I know that. Okay, great. So the whole time we were condo shopping on the 3D, I played along with him and I said, yeah, this would be a great place for you. But if I personally didn't like it, I would say, oh, I don't think you'd like that. You know what? That bedroom's too small, or that's not enough closet space. Like, basically I would give my 2 cents as if it was me. And then in my head, I was like, yeah, that's going to be my closet. That's going to be where my bed goes, and I was basically like, creating all these intentions in my head in that moment, but at the same time, playing it cool with him. So, when you're in your 3D reality, okay, you accept it. Okay. So if you're friends right now, say friends with benefits or a situationship, right? As long as that's what you're okay with in the 3D, don't resist it. Okay. Create the story that's leading into them wanting to be in a relationship with you. Okay. So, that's how you manifest quickly, because what you resist, okay, is going to persist because you're putting energy towards it. Okay, so this is the challenge this week, okay? For 1 week, whatever you're thinking about, come to a clear goal. Okay, let's say that, you've got a business and you want, $2,000 of sales a day or whatever, okay? Every time you think about it, you say your mantra and then you add a few other intentions on there, okay? So I intend, that my Jerry wants to be in a committed relationship with me because I'm good enough, and he's going to say, let's move in together, and then he's going to buy furniture for the new house. And my family's going to come over and go, oh my God, this furniture looks so beautiful. Okay, so start painting that picture, right? Because it's so incredibly important that we create that picture, and we put our energy towards what we want, because I know it can be difficult, right? And I've reacted in my 3D, and I've had my moments of crying and this and that. Like, I get it, right? Sometimes when it's in our reality, it's really difficult, but it's when and you've practiced this enough. So another thing that can be resistance is not believing in yourself and your power. I remember, when I was doing coaching years ago, that was a common thing that came across my desk was, okay, you know what? I don't believe that my thoughts create. I can't 100% believe it. Is this real? And I remember, there's been a few people, that say, well, you know what? I do my intentions. And then all of a sudden I say, oh, this law of assumption, it's BS, boom, right there, we're blocking it. So sometimes not even fully believing in the law of assumption and then having that, fight with yourself can be resistance, right? So how do you clear that out, right? You create a little list of manifestations, okay? Little tiny things on this list every day that start showing up in your reality. And when these little tiny things show up in your reality and get echoed back to you, right? Like, you just no denying. So like this week, there was a few things actually. Somebody just texted me. We did some intentions the other day, and guess what? The person we were doing them for showed up, said everything word for word that we intended, and here we are. And you know what? Those moments are so magical, right? When you have those moments, and they're not a coincidence, they're just plain magical, you realize your power, okay? So, manifest in all areas, in little areas, things that really don't matter much, manifest there as well. Because, when you're constantly, testing out your power and seeing how it works for you, right? That's going to help you build your belief, because the only thing that you need to have belief and faith in is yourself, and that your thoughts do create. Okay. And it's a journey. Like, it's seriously a journey. The other thing that I say to help you build your belief is pick a complaint, any complaint. Okay. And I did paid parking. I hate paying for parking, seriously. And, for 2 weeks, I didn't complain about it. And whenever I thought about it, I kept reaffirming that I always got free parking. All of a sudden got free parking. And all of a sudden, parking meters would have money left on them. I'd go into a parking garage. Someone would give me their paid spot. I would start finding free parking just around the corner, closer to where I was going. I ended up getting a part-time job where they paid for my parking. Like, just free parking just came to me in so many different ways. And it was so magical to me, because I was like, when I was intending that, I was like, there's no way the city is going to take all the paid parking down. Well, the city didn't need to, and I didn't need to figure out the how, because as soon as you make a declaration, an intention, an affirmation for something, and you're clear on it, Okay, everybody in the universe is going to make sure that you get it. Absolutely everybody, because everybody in the universe is you. Okay, everybody out there is a piece of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is animating absolutely everybody out there in your quantum bubble. Okay, that's one way to look at it. There's 100 ways to look at it, right? You know, at the end of the day, you know, pick that everyone pushed is you pushed out, you know, view that you want. And the other thing I want to put in for everyone as you pushed out is this isn't, you know, blame yourself as a victim. Okay. You know, I've had, you know, the not a very good childhood and whatnot. Right. So first of all, you know, as far as everyone as you pushed out is concerned, you're not responsible for anything that, you know, happened to you as a child. You're not responsible. You're not consciously creating. Okay. And then when you weren't actually aware and consciously creating, you're not responsible for that either. Okay. That's not fair to yourself. You had no idea. And even if you created things that you don't like while you were a conscious creator, again, don't blame yourself. Okay. This is empowering information. It's not victim blaming information. It's not a ticket for you to blame yourself. Okay. It's not. Okay. Everyone as you pushed out is how the universe works. You know, so many of the greats, you know, Deepak Chopra's, we're all one, right? We are all one. Okay. Everybody is a part of you. Okay. So yeah, you know, the only thing that you need to do, okay, is get clear on what you want and stick on your mental diet. Okay. Once you get clear on what you actually want, you won't flip flap back and forth with hot and cold, because if you're hot and cold in here, then everything out there is going to be hot and cold. Okay. You got to stick and you got to be relentless. Okay. You know what? 1 week. Okay. 1 week, pick something. And every time you think about it, do your mantra, add a few extra intentions in there, right? If you have a thought going, oh, I don't think Jerry likes me. No, Jerry loves me and loves spending time with me. Do your mantra. You know what I mean? So just keep throwing. The more energy you put towards the new story, the faster it's going to happen. When you have resistance, I am not a fan of say it once and drop it. No. And good luck saying one intention about your SP and dropping it. Are you kidding? We think about our SP 24/7. What happens if you're worried about money? You can't just think of it once and drop it. Like, let's get real here. You've got to put energy towards it. You know, I myself used to have a ton of debt. Wiped out my debt. I'm great at manifesting money, okay? That's because if I worry about it, I put intentions to it, okay? If I'm concerned about something or I'm worried about something, I go into overdrive and I'm like, you know what? You can never do too many positive intentions for something. You can never do. You can do too much worrying, okay? Too much. Now, you know, you may say, Amanda, you know what? I've done just like half of a thought and something has shown up. Absolutely. Because you've had zero resistance to it. You never gave it a second thought. Okay. So remember, all your thoughts create. They do create. Now, when you're having, you know, thoughts that are like, you know, Jerry doesn't love me, Jerry loves me. Like, you're basically canceling them out, right? So, you know, you've got to like have 80% of Jerry loves me, okay, to start pushing the balance that way, okay? You know, and, you know, if you're manifesting money, you know, you've got to get through that money anxiety story. You know, when you spend money, every dollar I spend, I make $10,000 back, you know, within a week through this way or in unexpected ways. You know, you say, okay, you know what, every time a bill comes in, you know, I can pay it easily and effortlessly. And in fact, all my bills are like cut in half. You know what? When I renew my mortgage, it's going to be a third of what I pay now. You know, go big, because, you know, shoot for the moon, because you're going to land in the stars, right? And remember, all you have to believe is that you are powerful and you can be, do, and have anything that you absolutely want. So, you know, do that challenge of changing a complaint for a week or two, you know, do the little list of manifestations, build that belief in yourself, because you are the only one that you need to believe in is yourself. Okay. I know that you guys got this. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.